He finishes up in verse 24. He says, "Now may the Lord of God of peace make you holy in every way, and may your whole spirit and soul and body be kept blameless until our Lord Jesus Christ comes again. God will make this happen, for he who calls you is faithful." So often we want to focus on our faithfulness, our dedication, or our lack of either. What should we be focusing on? God's faithfulness. Have I ever made bad choices? Absolutely. Has God? Not even once. Have I ever said I was going to do something and not followed through? Absolutely. Has God? Not even once. Have I ever said I'd be somewhere and then not been there? Of course. Has God? Not even once. Don't be distracted by your faithfulness. Focus on God's. When you're focusing on God's faithfulness, you can't help but be drawn into it. And then your eyes are in the right place. Your attention is in the right place, on God. Your decision making gets a lot better because you're focusing on God. Your priorities get a lot straighter because you're focusing on God. Your desires get a lot more scripturally sound because you're focusing on God. Your plans, your goals become a lot more helpful because you're not focusing on them, you're focusing on God. God is faithful even when we are not. I'm not sure we got that. God is faithful even when we are not. You get up in the morning and you're not feeling good? Have you ever had this thought? Oh, I did this a couple days ago, and this is why. I can't pray about this because this is my fault. I can't ask God for help here. I'm the one that got into this mess. Well, guess what? With very, very, very few exceptions, every mess I've ever gotten into, I got into. Even things that have happened to me that I had nothing to do with, how I responded did not help. Have you ever noticed that? We have this really established gift of being able to take a marginally bad situation and make it much, much worse. Even when stuff happens that may not be fair, how we respond determines the direction that situation goes. So, a lot of times it seems like we're reluctant to go to God because we know we have not been faithful. We need to remember God is always faithful. We need to remember that God knows us. And part of being an infinite God is knowing ahead of time what's going to happen. You have never done anything that surprised God.